Hello, and welcome to our first ever new Existential review. I've been wanting to do recording of video game reviews, and we were planning to do one.
For a long time.
It's been a year already. Gosh, that's why we're doing this one.
It's like we can't keep delaying it.
Gosh, like it's hard, man. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I do most of it, so.
Most of it, he does all of it.
So I hope you enjoy this. We're gonna do this game review more like our movie reviews. So it's just more like a podcast, just talking about the game. We'll cut in different parts of the game as we talk about stuff. Hopefully the video's not as long. Our first Real Boys video is like an hour long, and I don't want that again. But anyways, without further ado, we're doing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yeah! So I have a little thing here to guide us. Make sure we don't get lost here. But, yeah. Zelda.
Yes.
Is finally a girl. I've always been interested in Legend of Zelda. I think it's a cool idea. I like the characters look really cool. I just never played through any of them. I always played through, like, the first couple parts of the game. And, like, I just kind of... I don't know, okay, it's similar to Borderlands. I just, for some reason, after a couple of, like, hours, it becomes very vapid.
Let me stop right there. Them fighting words right there. You do not compare Zelda with Borderlands.
No, I'm not comparing them. I'm saying that I get the same, like, reaction after a while. Like, I just get this, like, vapid feeling. It's not fun to me anymore. I just get bored. I don't know why. Like, maybe maybe I need to play those games with people and just have, like, fun while playing and talking to them and stuff.
Yeah.
But this is the first game that I've actually completed from the Legend of Zelda series. The only one so far. But yeah, anyways, that's my whole thing with Legend of Zelda. We started Ocarina of Time. We actually have the videos on there. Didn't finish that one. Was it Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask? It was Ocarina of Time.
It was both. We did both.
Are you sure? I thought we just did one. We started Ocarina of Time.
Actually, yeah, we did Ocarina of Time. Our plan many years ago was for both games, but we never...
Yeah.
We didn't even finish. We didn't even got past like the very first temple, which is like the tree.
Yeah, it's because making videos is hard, man.
But
back then we didn't understand how hard it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Because we had so many plans. We wanted to make this like cinematic, like, oh, this is funny. It was
back then. Like,
throw it out the window.
Not to mention back then you were using a Mac.
That too, yeah. I had a crappy computer that couldn't record crap. And my microphone was bad too. So check out old videos; you'll like them. They're very
If
cringy.
you want to laugh at us, yeah.
Yeah, very cringy video. I mean, even more recent videos are pretty cringy, but
yeah. But back then, it's like I still look at like how I was back then, just throwing those random memes and everything, like the Chuck Norris and all that.
Oh yeah. Anyways, what is your experience with Legend of Zelda?
Whew, sit down, my boy.
Oh, shut up, go.
Well, honestly, I started playing Zelda since... Which one was it? Because I honestly get confused which one I started with, either Ocarina or Majora. I don't remember.
Oh, you're not a real OG?
I know, right? I'm sorry. You know, so, like, the truth is out. I'm not a Zelda fan. I never played the game. I don't even exist. But now it's like... I played those two games first, but my all-time favorite was Wind Waker. Though I would say one of my mistakes I had done in the past is that I pre-ordered Twilight Princess, but my dumb ended up canceling the pre-order for another game. It's one of my biggest regrets. Anyways, back to the review.
You let me borrow Skyward Sword. Huh?
Yeah, you never finished it though.
Yeah, I got bored of it again. Pretty much the premise of the game, you are Link, the usual hero of time, right? Or not the hero of time, but you're the hero. The awakened hero, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, so you wake up, you have amnesia, you don't know what the heck's going on. You wake up in the middle of the temple, butt naked, with just some booty shorts on.
Yeah, typical Friday.
And so you wake up, and which is really cool about this game, and just to kind of like point out something I really enjoyed, is the first tutorial area is already pretty big.
Yeah.
You get to do a lot there. You get to explore and just do it. You just jump right into it, which is really fun. I really like that about the game.
No hand holding at all.
Oh yeah, it's really good. And from there, you just find out that you have to go, seek out some people to learn more about the lore of the game. And that is one thing we were going to talk about, right? Is the problem is that the lore is a little... I feel like they tried to do a Dark Souls thing.
Yeah.
It just didn't come off really good.
What Dark Souls did is they made the lore interesting. And don't get me wrong, like, Breath of the Wild does have interesting stuff, like, moments in it. It's there. It's just not enough.
Yeah. It's still... Like, even though Dark Souls, they want the world to feel empty. They want you to feel like you're kind of like, oh, jeez, man.
Yeah.
This sucks. The Breath of the Wild was trying to go for the same thing, because the story is, like, it was after a war. Everyone's kind of recovering still 100 years later. And
like a lot of people even agree, like they wanted to see what happened like during the war, or like pretty much they wanted to see the world before it was sacked.
So yeah, your goal is to go seek out Impa, and then you go from there and meet other people, get your gadgets, and pretty much get your arsenal, just like most.
Michael, you forget it's optional.
It's optional. What else could you do, Alfredo?
You can literally just go straight to the last boss.
Yeah. There's not a lot of games that do that. It's pretty cool. I think the only other game that I know of off the top of my head right now that you could literally do that is that one game that came out recently with the ukulele? The dungeon one. Not dungeon, was the fortress one? It's a side-scroller one. Oh. It's more like Donkey Kong Country.
The only one I can think of is literally Fallout 4. You can just go straight to the last area.
That's true. That's the one thing that's weird about Breath of the Wild is it's trying to tackle more of a AAA
open world,
world, yeah, like Witcher and all that stuff.
No, because that's the thing though. Like when this game was in development, like they literally they confirmed that they took inspiration from Skyrim.
But yeah, that's pretty much the story. I mean, there's not really much to it. I don't want to go through all the story because a lot of it's interesting and like just little fun stuff. It's not like anything where like if you don't know about it, once you come across it, you're this ain't no Last of Us 2.
Most other games, like from even Dark Souls as well, like if you want to know about the world, you read about it. But the problem with Breath of the Wild is like there's really not much lore you learn about the world. You just... Because I get what the developers wanted to go at was the idea of exploration. You discover an area and you like, oh, well, what's the story of this?
Yeah. But
I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know what the story is. Because like for example, like in Breath of the Wild, there's so many locations where like, hey, wait a minute, this is an old area from previous games.
Yeah, like the farm.
Like the farm.
Yeah.
The Arbiter's Grounds, even the Mirror of Twilight from Twilight Princess.
I like when games do that because what is it? Silent Hill Downpour wasn't the best Silent Hill game, but they actually had like a lot of locations from other Silent Hills in the game. I like when games do that. But the next thing we want to talk about is mechanics. Now this is where a lot of people may have trouble. This is very different from the old Legend of Zelda games.
Yeah, very different.
They changed it all up. So one, the game is open world now. It's not little big areas. Like the old games would have some big areas. If you like Okami is very similar to Legend of Zelda games, the old Legend of Zelda games.
It's like open sections, but still linear story.
Yeah, still linear story. You're still going from one area to the next. I mean, old PS2 type games. Yeah. But this one's different. One big world. You're going all around. It's pretty cool. That is the great part of the game. It's the big old area. The bad part, a lot of it's pretty empty. A lot of it is very empty. You have big wastelands that you just kind of walk through. It almost feels like Shadow of the Colossus, where you're like, wow, this is nice. Wish I didn't have to just run through all this, but this is nice. But I mean, it's their first time doing something like this, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm not too... I mean, it kind of bothered me a little bit, but I was still fine with it. It was still pretty good. It was still nice kind of like wandering and then coming across a person like wandering down the road, like a shop guy. Like, it's cool. It's not like you're going to have a whole freaking bustling city coming down the road and everything, so it's fine. But one thing, too, is the enemies. I wish there was more variety in enemies.
Oh, yeah, that's one thing, like, Breath of the Wild missed on. Like, there's In past Zelda games, there are so many enemies they could have used.
They could have done a Super Smash Brothers Ultimate of enemies on this game. That would have been cool.
Everyone is here.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I was so looking forward how the Reed devs would have been, or even the Dark Nuts.
Yeah.
Like, it is something many people pointed out. Like, the Dark Nuts could have been like a really good challenge for you. Like, they could have been enemies being able to parry your attacks.
Mm-hmm.
They missed it.
And then one of the big mechanics a lot of people don't like, and a lot of people don't like in a lot of games, is weapon durability. And the thing is, in this game, you can't repair weapons.
At all.
At all. Gone, they're gone. They break, they're gone.
Like, and bit of spoilers here. Not exactly major spoilers, but like, as you go through the story, you kind of get weapons, like certain weapons from specific people. They mean, like, for in lore of the story, it means a lot to you. But unfortunately, once they break, they're gone.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I didn't know this game was going to be a survival horror. Second of all, I didn't have too much of a problem again with this mechanic. I'm kind of used to it. If you play Dark Cloud, you're always trying to make sure your weapons don't break. And so in this game, I was always like really cautious with what I used and how I used it. And so it didn't really affect me because in my mind, I was kind of like, this is how the game is. I got to play it like this. But I understand why people don't like it. I mean,
pretty much
frustrating.
Pretty much it boils down that you have to save your best weapons against the stronger enemies.
Yeah, it's like a gambling thing. Like, do I want to use this weapon on this enemy? Is it worth it? Do I really need to do it? Or can I just beat him with this weak weapon, but risk getting killed because I'm trying to use a weaker weapon? But do I have enough skill to beat him with his weaker weapon, and so I don't have to use my best weapons?
Yeah,
but the only problem with that kind of mechanic is that eventually you get so good at just using your weak stuff, you're just like, well, I'm just going to hold on to all this stuff. And you just become a hoarder. And you just start hoarding all of it. Because that's what happened to me. I just had a hoard of weapons. I never used a lot of stuff. I would use the same weapon over and over again and then find another one because it's so easy to find. What I used to do is get all the Guardian weapons. I just went all around, took all the Guardians out with like weak ass weapons, and just took all their weapons, and I was just like, ah. I just had an arsenal of Guardian weapons. So
I used the Guardian arrows. That's literally a one-shot kill and a lot of enemies.
Oh yeah. But this like I said, despite the map being like empty and stuff like that, that part was fine. There was a lot to explore. There was a lot of nice stuff. I just wish they did more with exploring. They have like the Korok seeds and the shrines, which were interesting, but they kind of fall flat after a while. I wish they added more stuff to explore. Maybe more things to collect that had more of a reward. Because the Korok seeds, you can collect them all, but you don't get nothing for collecting them all, right?
I mean, the only thing you get is more inventory slots.
Yeah, but you can get max inventory slots, and there's still more to collect. And you can collect all of them, and nothing happens.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Literally, there's nothing.
You just get it. Good job. That's all you get. The Sheikah Slate. You want to tell them about that?
I actually really like the Sheikah Slate.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was like, I'm guessing you can say get kind of backing track over here. That's the only part where you sort of have hand holding, like where the game holds your hand, because they just tell you how to use the Sheikah Slate. But yeah, like the Sheikah Slate is like, I've seen videos that it's just crazy. The people like doing like these crazy things where they use the the Chrono Slate.
Oh yeah, the one you can pause time and then knock an object around, and then once the time restarts, like starts going again, you get sent flying because all the force put on the object before it was released. Like
there's literally a video of some dude doing that, going from the Great Plateau all the way to the Hyrule Castle.
Yeah. So yeah, the Sheikah Slate's really cool. That's where you get your bombs, and that's where you get your infinite bombs, which are really cool. Be careful though; you can kill yourself very easily with that. You have the freeze. You can freeze water into pillars of ice. You can stop time. You can also stop enemies with that.
The other runes is like some sort of locator to locate rune, like shrines or certain ingredients that you want.
Oh, that's cool. That's another mechanic too. You can cook in this game. So yeah, you have that. You have the dungeons or the shrines, where they have little puzzles. Sometimes they're combat puzzles. Sometimes they're just puzzles. Some of them can be pretty annoying. I'll be honest. That's a little bit of a downside for me. Some of them are just not fun.
Some of them are actually pretty damn tricky. Like you literally have to know like constellations. Although there are some shrines where it tests, like one of those tester might shrines.
Oh yeah, that's where I stole all the weapons from. The other thing I don't like in the mechanics department is rain.
It's like I'm getting flashbacks now.
it rained a lot for some reason. And if rain didn't have such a big effect on your gameplay, I wouldn't mind. But it has a huge amount. Because you're over here just trying to explore and you want to climb everywhere. And as soon as it starts raining, you just slip everywhere. You start constantly slipping. You fall. And I fell to my death so many times. Because I'd be climbing a mountain for the longest time. And suddenly the game was just like, yeah, f*** this guy. We're going to rain. You know, like I was just like, what? Why? I was so frustrated.
By the way, you can climb in this game too.
Oh yeah, that's a cool thing, and that's why, like, you know, a lot of people, a lot of games nowadays are trying to give more player agency, give players more freedom to do what they want, and that's what I do like about this game. And I guess that's why they try to limit it with the weapon durability, with the rain, with, I guess, the amount that you can explore. I don't know.
I don't know, because like, okay, maybe the weapon durability I can understand, because even what's his name, like the lead director, I don't know, you might have to look up his name, but like the lead director said that like how other RPG games, when you get a weapon, you're gonna end up fighting a more powerful weapon, and then the weapon you work so hard to get is pretty much meaningless. So I'm guessing, like, I can understand that part. You know, you get a weapon that's really good, but obviously they don't want you to stick with just that weapon alone.
Yeah.
Which is why they made the Master Sword break.
Yeah, that was dumb. I hated that.
Once you master parrying, nothing can stop you, because you can literally parry everything.
Just like Dark Souls. Just like Dark Souls.
Yeah, but with Dark Souls, with rolling.
No, you don't know. Dark Souls parry is God. Dark Souls 1, you can parry the final boss. He can't touch you at all. Bokoblin? Nope. A Hynix? Nope. Lionel? Nope. Literally any attack, weapon, projectile, even your own bombs can be parried.
Yeah, your own bombs can be parried.
And then you can do the Flurry Rush.
Which is pretty much just bullet time.
Yeah. It's a cool, handy move. You get multiple hits on your enemies. I always like to use that on the Lionels, right?
Yeah.
I use that all the time. That's how I beat them.
Did you ever mount them though?
No, I've never done that before.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh shoot, I gotta try that. There's a lot of cool weapons though. There's not just swords you use in this game. You have clubs, spears, magical rods, because there's whiz robes you gotta fight. See, that's the thing that's cool. They have those enemies, but some of those enemies don't even show up that much. Like they rarely.
Only certain areas.
Yeah. It's just I really wish they in the creature department there was just more stuff to fight. Except for the Octoroks. Fuck those guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We kind of went over most of that stuff. So, I mean,
my shoulder.
Sorry. Can you pass me the other one? So what was next?
Because like one thing I do like about the cooking mechanic is that not only can you cook food, but you can cook like up to potions or even like perks for yourself. And there's one thing that I've seen, I didn't even know that you could do this, but you can cook up a key and literally hijack the Guardians. I didn't know that. I mean, yeah, there's you gotta do certain things to do it.
We forgot about stamina.
Oh shit, yeah.
Because we forgot about climbing as well. I mean, we talked about climbing a little bit with the rain and all that, but stamina, that's the reason why I would get mad with the rain, because you have a limited amount of stamina. It's kind of similar to Shadow of the Colossus when you're holding to climb on something. And if you haven't played Shadow of the Colossus, go play that, please. It's a very simple game. Very fun. Straightforward. And it's a beautiful game. Beautiful. 10 out of 10. Beautiful. Okay, so it goes around the longer you use it. And so when it rains, you start slipping, and it takes longer for you to grab on. You start eventually slipping all the way down. And your stamina just runs all the way out, and you just fall to your death or fall and take a lot of damage. It's so annoying. But you also use stamina for a lot of other things. I forget, do you use stamina for attacks?
Only if you do like the spin attack.
Okay, so you do like advanced attacks. Okay, so the same Dark Souls. So yeah.
It's like if you do spin attacks, you use your glider.
Oh, for swimming as well, right?
Swimming as well. Even your flurry rush, but that's only if you use the arrows. You use stamina for that too.
I mean, honestly, it feels good. It's a good mechanic until Mother Nature comes in and kicks you. That's pretty much about it. Like that, a gripe only I have with that mechanic.
I do like what I do like too about Mother. You just mentioned Mother Nature is environment. The environment will literally kick your like say you're in a thunderstorm and you're wearing metal.
Yo, yeah, that's a cool mechanic.
Yeah, like literally lightning will strike you. Or if you're in the desert, you will die. Yo, that your health will start depleting.
Yeah. The weather mechanics are really cool. Just in general, the weather mechanics. Besides rain. The weather mechanics are all really cool. Because you have a giant area, volcano. So yeah, we can go over the areas really quick. So you have the volcano area, super hot. You know, you die pretty fast. You have the desert area, is also hot, but not as hot as the volcano. You have the winter area. You have the mountain area, which is also part of the winter area, right?
Well, there's like 2 mountains in that area.
Oh, right. And then there's the water place. That one doesn't really count. I wouldn't say the sea.
Well, there's also the sea. Like
yeah, there's the sea, but then there's the water place with those fish people.
The Zora domain?
Zora, the art. How do you feel about the art?
I like it. It's like a combination of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah. It's a little in between both. Just exactly what he said. What he said. It's good. Good man right here. Good man. Good man. So yeah, the art for this game is very simple, but it's beautiful. It's like cell shaded, right? It's cell shaded.
Cell shaded.
Cell shaded art style is always really nice if when done right. But like I said, it just kind of gives off the Shadow of the Colossus vibe. I mean, you have these giant titans that you fight for like one of the main bosses of the game, but they're more like dungeons, not really bosses. But it would have been cool if we could have fought some giant monsters.
Yeah.
And actually,
I mean, you do kind of fight. I mean, they're called divine beasts, by the way. But like, you do kind of fight them. It's just it's not like an official boss.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I wish we got to fight. Like the only big things that we fight that are like actual combat is like the high necks, right?
The high necks.
High necks. I'm surprised I remember that. I just wish they got a little more creative and created new creatures instead of like. Even though we said like where I said do a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate of all the monsters from Legend of Zelda history, they could have got creative and made some new ones.
Yeah, I mean,
besides the Divine Beasts.
I mean, hell, this game doesn't even like nobody knows where this game follows chronologically.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's very
so like see because there's.
I don't want to go down that route right now.
Yeah, we're not gonna go down that road. There's so much thing to talk about. But point being here is that Breath of the Wild has so many things that take from other Zelda games. Yeah. So that's what I said. Like, this guy said, like, oh, there could have been some, like, Smash Bros. Everyone is here. Just bring every enemy into that game.
Yeah, could have, but they didn't. Music, sound. Beautiful music. Great music. I mean, I don't really have much to say. I mean, the piano accompanies in this game are really nice. Do they do any remakes of the old songs in this game?
The only one I can think of is, like, if you ride the horse at night, you hear the actual Zelda theme.
Oh, okay.
And then if you go into the Temple of Time on the Great Plateau, you hear the Temple of Time theme.
Did they do Gerudo Valley at all?
No.
Damn. Could have put those songs.
Or I don't know, because like everything is done by piano.
They should have done Song of Storms when you go out in the ocean.
Pretty much.
See, they could have done a bunch of references and stuff. But besides that, the music was good.
For me, it's a hit and miss. Yes, like the music is beautiful. Like I like the music so much. I even bought the soundtrack. Like it's good, but it's just the same. It kind of it's like that with Breath of the Wild too. It's like it's just the same combat music.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, almost all other Zelda games had that, but like, you know, I've played a lot of other games where the combat music changes depending on the enemy or like the situation. Again, this is why The Witcher's still pretty damn good.
I always like the Guardian song.
Oh yeah, the Guardian from like song is like.
You're just like running for cover.
Well, more like two things are gonna happen in your mind. Either you're gonna like, all right, let's do this, let's take this
going
down.
right in.
And as soon as you
get blasted,
yeah, as soon as you mess up, like
you just get blown up. You get zapped. Voice acting in this game is actually pretty weak.
Yeah,
and I'm talking about Zelda. Because all the other characters kind of just go, ah!
I'm acting.
I mean, Legend of Zelda series has never been known for its voice acting because there really isn't any.
There's never been voice acting.
So this is the first time there's voice acting, and it's very lackluster. No offense to the actress that does Zelda's voice, but it just felt very forced.
It felt flat.
Yeah. Even on the emotional parts, I couldn't get into it.
At least the English voice actors, because like...
Yeah, I haven't heard the Japanese one, so this is only for English.
No, that's the thing there, though. Like, in Breath of the Wild, you can actually switch the language to Spanish.
Oh, I haven't heard any of this.
I've seen the Spanish. It's actually pretty good.
Oh, yeah? Spanish is good? Insert Spanish here. We're checking it out.
Mi momento de gloria ha llegado. Ganon, prepárate para sentir mi furia.
Usaré todo el poder que me queda.
But yeah, besides that, I mean, the sound effects with the objects and things like that, I didn't have any issue. I mean, everything's done pretty professionally. I mean, I couldn't notice anything bad about the sounds. It seemed...
Yeah.
Nothing stood out, nothing...
It's one of those... Like, ever played had those moments that you play a game and it has that certain sound that it just sounds so good when you pull it off. In this case, I'm referring to the parry mechanic. When you pull off a parry, that sounds so good. Because, it's something you actually accomplished, and I'm like, I did it. But I couldn't do it again.
So yeah, any other comments?
Game is good.
How do
Could have been done better. Hopefully they improve on it on the sequel. To which, fun fact, the developer says now they're taking inspiration from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Are you saying Link's gonna be a cowboy? Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, folks, that's about it. We will now give our recommendation. How do we feel? Should we recommend this game to our fans?
Well, you should.
Our many fans.
I know, right? Our billions.
You hear that gunshot? That was because of our fans.
Yeah.
They're excited.
They want to hear their recommendation.
Yes.
Even that dog.
Don't play this game. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is a good game. Don't buy the DLC though.
Honestly, that's one thing you didn't touch upon.
Yeah,
the DLC. If you really want to get it for just completion wise, by all means, but I would say it's not worth your $20.
Also, don't forget the motorcycle.
That comes with the DLC.
Buy the DLC. So yeah, you recommend buying the game though?
Yeah, I recommend buying the game.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good game. I enjoyed it a lot. And our final conclusion, 2 out of 10. It was okay. I'll probably give it a 7. It was a decent game. It was fun. It wasn't bad. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't really amazing, but a 7 out of 10 for sure.
I give it a 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Yeah. 8 payas out of 10.
8 payas. Papayas. If anything, I think I might actually bump Breath of the Wild to 8. I'll agree with you, 8. I feel like I'm being a little harsh with the 7. Because they did really good.
Yeah.
To be honest. So 8 out of 10, guys. My score on that. He gave it an 8 out of 10 too.
No, 8 payas out of 10.
8 payas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Goodbye, y'all. Take care. Hey, everyone. Thanks for watching. I finally got another video out, and I hope to get some more out soon. I've gotten better equipment now and getting a better understanding of everything. So I hope to see you guys more on these videos, and let me know what you guys think, okay? So like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Thanks, guys.